Dana White has shown time and time again that he's not interested in letting the UFC become like all these other woke sports leagues out there. He doesn't want to bend the knee and virtue signal. They're not going to freak out because a few people are offended over something. All the UFC is worried about, all Dana White's worried about, is getting fighters in the ring and putting on great fights and entertaining people. That's what he's worried about. And once again, in the aftermath of UFC 290, when Donald Trump blew the roof off of the place, he was confronted by a reporter who was very upset at some of the language being used by Israel Adesanya in a post-match confrontation. Too effing bad. Dana White doesn't care about Israel Adesanya's repeated use of the N-word at UFC 290. And to set the stage for this entire thing, Dricus du Plessis just had a really great fight with victory over Robert Whittaker, and he had been calling out Israel Adesanya for a while, talking about that he's the only real African fighter in UFC. He's a white guy from South Africa. Israel Adesanya, who was born in Nigeria but moved to New Zealand when he was very, very young, had some problems with that as the current middleweight champ. Israel Adesanya had been fairly dominant over the last several years in UFC, and they had a big confrontation post-match. Take a look at this. Israel Adesanya face off with his next challenger. I think I've actually got it here because Israel Adesanya tweeted out himself. Look at this. We can take a look. This is what Israel Adesanya decided to tweet out to continue to kind of push this feud.
And the man you will face next is standing to your right, the great Israel Adesanya.
Yeah, I don't know about great.
I don't know about great.
Chill. That's right. We're fine. Relax. This is my African brother right here. Let's go. What's up? Let's go. Yeah. What's up?
Get
we gonna do. Yeah, my African brother. What's up?
I'm African, but I ain't no brother of yours, son.
Let's go. You my for real.
What if he had said it back? That would have been next level.
I'll show you.
So what are you saying to everybody in New Zealand? What are you saying?
Joe, I'll tell you one thing. Yo, I don't need a DNA test. I don't need a 36andMe to know where I'm from. You even
36andMe.
If I do a 26andMe, they'll say I'm from Nigeria. Do a 26andMe DNA test. It'll tell you where you're from. I will show you where you're from.
Right, so that's the heated confrontation they had, and, you know, some people were very offended by that. Dana White gets asked this question about the racial undertones behind this feud. Here was his answer.
You know, I know you say, hey, this is the fight business. People say nasty things, right? But the tension between those two and kind of the racial undertones and all those things, how do you...
What were the racial undertones?
Dricus says he's the real African fighter, and so, you know, Israel dropped some N-words in there tonight.
So what was the racial... Who did? Who dropped the racial?
Israel was saying over and over, yeah.
He's black.
50 N-bombs.
Okay, he's black.
He's black.
Who gives a shit?
I was going to say, so you don't have any concern about the way the build-up, the tension between those two?
I could care less. This is the fight business. Israel Adesanya can say whatever he wants to say. Who gives a shit? Why, are people bitching about that?
Some people,
of course they are. Oh, fucking A. All right, got it. Yeah. Too fucking bad.
All right.
Yeah.
Last thing for me.
That's it. Shuts it down immediately. Again, this is not like all the other sports leagues out there who are, well, there's a couple of people that are offended, so we need to issue an apology or whatever. That's not what this is. They're concerned about putting on entertaining fights between entertaining personalities, and to be honest, confrontations like this are great. You want these guys to not like each other. You want them to have a rivalry. You want them to, you know, push this forward and make people excited for their matchup. And that's exactly what looks like is going to be the case. I guess we'll figure out who the real African is. I don't know when they're going to fight. I don't know what UFC event that's going to be, but I'm sure we'll keep you updated. What do you guys think about Dana White once again shutting down the media and telling people, you know what, we're here for entertainment, not to virtue signal and not to get offended over everything? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.